Hey guys, what's up? Here with your Divine Feminine reading. Whether or not you've tapped into the Divine Masculine reading yet, not too sure, but here's how it goes. Blocks and challenges of the feminine currently, actions that need to be taken, and obviously potential outcomes. And then we'll finish with a beautiful message from soul. So as always, you guys know the drill now. Whether you're reading this for your Divine Feminine, or you are a Divine Feminine, or you're merging more with your feminine energy, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm just here to deliver the messages. I'm such a silly mood today. All right, let's get started. Currently, Divine Feminines, blocks and challenges. Now, funnily enough, the first thing I saw when I flipped this card open was the number 3. And literally the first card that came out for the masculine was the number 3 as well. And basically, what I see with the number 3 is third party situations. Now, when I say third party, it's not necessarily about a particular person or a partner or anything else. It's just about influence, but it's also about creativity. And what I feel like here is the Divine Feminine is feeling really sad. I feel like she's feeling very betrayed, to be honest. Like, she's carrying around this energy of betrayal, and she feels like, almost feel like she's kind of feels like everyone's out to get her at the moment. Like, she can't just step into her truth and just be like, this is me, without some form of like judgment or not being good enough. I feel like the current blocks is that whole like unlovable feeling. And obviously with the situations that we're going through right now, guys, being isolated, like this is very easy to feel lonely and think about potentially like the past and situations that haven't worked. But what I can see here as well is like, basically, I feel like the block is that the feminine really needs to merge with her shadow. I feel like that's the third party that's involved here. She's so focused on like herself and her outer world, but she's not acknowledging like the shadow self or the wounded self. She's kind of like trying to spread her wings, but like the shadow self is still, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like caged, still kind of like locked up. So what I feel like needs to happen at the moment is the feminine needs to kind of just like shine some light on her shadow and say like, hey, I see you. But also as well, I feel like the block here for the feminine too is that she's feeling sad because she can't express her truth. So I feel like there's this like urging for creativity. So this is going to resonate, I think, on 2 different levels. So take kind of what message works for you feminines. But I feel like too, she's urging to be this creative, expressive being. Whether that's literally creative in like an art sense, or whether she just wants to be her true self and express herself freely without the fear of third-party judgment. And like I said, that actually came up for the Divine Masculine as well. So it's like, if people have been doing their merging work on their energies, there's no coincidence that they're showing up like this. But also too, the blue in these card deck represents the mental. So it's the wands in, the swords in the original tarot. So basically like what I'm feeling here is that in her headspace, like she's telling herself these stories. She's like, I can't be myself because people judge me. He won't love me. This won't happen. If I'm myself, like, you know, people will see the parts of me that I'm not still that accepting of, but I just want to be myself. Like, she's kind of just rattling around in her mind going like, oh my God, like, I don't know what to do. But basically, like, what this card is saying, like, this is where you're blocked, feminine. Create, be expressive. And even if that starts out in your house, just dancing around or something, like this is the time now where you have to start stepping into who you are. Look at that halo of light that shines around the image. Like, this is the yellow as well. It's like, it's power. When you step into your truth, you become powerful, feminines. Remember that. So stop feeling sad and alone. Stop feeling like you can't branch out and ask for what you need, whether that be from friends or family or a partner or the universe, your angels, guides. Like, you're not alone. You've You've got to release that burden of feeling like you are doing this all by yourself. Okay? Come out, express. So let's see from that. That did take a little while to get around. Sorry guys, but like Spirit just had so much like on that. He's like, just fly girl, fly. Okay, so coming on from that, the actions that need to be taken here are patience. Now, Funnily enough, this was the outcome for the masculine. Now, this is the actions that need to be taken from the feminine. And like I said, the message that comes through with this card straight away is patience. Connect to what you want, and you've got to give it the time to grow and, you know, reward you with the fruits in the physical world. Again, we've got this blue kind of background with the green, so very much around the heart chakra, the throat chakra, so expression, your truth, heart, love. This is just a time to be patient. You know, go back to your mind, go back to your inner self and work on those shadows, and just know that what you've been praying for is coming. I know this isn't exactly an action card, like the word patience doesn't kind of really sit in action, but if you want to start seeing these physical results of what you desire, you've got to be patient at the moment. I'm sorry. That's all there really is to this, because the more you try to push and the more you try to demand everything now, you know, unless you're willing to kind of get out of this headspace of feeling like you're all alone and nothing's working out and you can't be yourself because no one likes you when you're yourself, I call bullshit. Stop letting third parties influence who you are and shining that light for a start. But secondly, be patient. Like I said, there's nothing else. I actually feel like Spirit's just sitting there crossing their arms and being like, sorry, but that's just it. That's all you can do right now to make things hurry along. And that sounds very counterintuitive, but if you want to start seeing your fruit blossom in your physical world and feel that love and be that expression of your true self, you've got to get grounded and you've got to be patient. Stop putting resistance on letting the universe bring you what you want. Oh, I can feel so many of you just going, really? Is that it? I know, because I'm doing it too. Anyway, let's move on to potential outcomes if we just show a bit of patience. Master. So what I feel like this card is saying straight off the bat is that your heart is going to no longer feel caged. You are going to love again. You are going to be free to create your reality. You are going to just, I feel like, I need use hands here. So I feel like if you can imagine, like when you open the shutters on a window, like imagine it's been locked up and it's been all dusty and you just go, and there's just this beautiful breeze. You can see the ocean and the sky and the sun, and your heart just feels so grateful. You're in that moment. You are going to see that you have created the bliss that you've been seeking for so long. I feel like this is going to be attached to your own heart as well. Like you're going to release the cage. You're going to stop caging in your truth. You're going to stop holding yourself back from experiencing like the loving energy you get from people, family, friends, the universe. You know, like I said, I feel like the block here is there's this poor me like mindset. Like, what about me? When is it my turn? Where? And I know that sounds such like bitchy thing to say, but that's kind of what it is about. You know, like you're so concerned about everyone else's life. I feel like there's that like the thief of joy is comparison. Like I feel like the feminine is just in such a state of comparison right now. Like why, you know, does everyone else look like they're having the life of their dreams and I'm here all sad and alone by myself? And you just got to be a little bit more patient and you'll set that heart free. You'll love again. You'll heal. Like I said, look at the yellow and the green through this card. We have 6. Like that's, again, it's creation. It's nostalgia. You know, it's that feeling of like, fuck yeah, I did it. Like, you know, I feel like Spirit's not kind of giving me anything at the moment because there's not a lot to say for the feminines right now. Like we're sort of in that void of the unknown, and that's why we are stuck in this headspace of like, have you missed me? Like, hello, is anybody out there? But the universe is just saying patience. Like I said, the windows are shut at the moment. We're not meant to be seeing what we want. We've got some inner work to do, and just know that we've sown the seeds. Like, know that the patience is going to pay off. We're going to set that heart free. We're going to step into the power. Like, you can see the yellow. Like, we're going to step into our power. We're going to express ourselves, step into that power. See how that's kind of like the same color? Like, you've got like that yellowy green and that yellowy green. It's because Spirit's asking you to stop being a victim and just step into your power. Just open your heart up and be like, bang, I'm worthy of everything. Be a bit patient, and we're gonna feel that love. We're gonna feel that we can create anything we want. We're gonna believe we can create anything we want. We're gonna feel that love. We're gonna uncage that heart, and we're just gonna be like, fucking boom. Like, I feel like that's just that. And funnily, I've managed to make this go for nearly 11 minutes, and I haven't said a lot. Like, there's a lot of babble that has come through because Spirit's kind of like, I don't have anything to tell you. Like, you've just got to be patient. I'm sorry, but that's just it. But stop playing the victim as well. Like, that's just kind of, stop feeling so sad and alone. You're not. You haven't been missed. You haven't been rejected. You haven't been abandoned by Spirit or anyone else. But the more you can just be like, you know what, fuck this. I'm just going to be myself. I'm just going to get on and do the things that make me feel good. Go back to basics. Connect with my friends, my family, things that make me happy. Like, with a bit of patience, a bit of determination, we're going to uncage that heart. Oh, look at 11:11, I said that. All right, let's get a message from Soul. All right, that one wanted to flip. And again, guys, the soul message can be from a counterpart or your actual soul. So, oh my God, I'm going to push my ego aside for these readings as a feminine myself. All right, everything happens for a reason, and even though the reason is sometimes unclear, I graciously accept all that transpires in the knowing that it unfolds through love in accordance with the divine will of my soul. So basically, what the soul message is saying, amongst everything else, is that the reason we can't see right now is because we're not meant to. We're meant to have faith. We're meant to believe in ourselves. I can't remember what it said. And when we do uncage that heart and come back to love, you know, like, divine will of the soul. Like, basically, if you just trust your soul, you trust the universe, and you just use your free will to take action guided on your intuition, then everything's going to be okay. Okay? So, like I said, I can feel there's a lot of disappointment that there's not more to that. But feminines, you are always, like, well ahead. Okay? Like, you got to remember that. You got to remember that you're always well ahead of the game. So sometimes the universe is going to pull you up and make you kind of sit in the waiting room for a bit for everyone else to catch up. Okay? So it's not a punishment. Like I said, you haven't been rejected. So just kind of start releasing those beliefs. Open your heart up, step into your truth, do the things that make you feel good, and just kind of enjoy now. Okay? Sometimes the reason's unclear, but when we can just graciously accept that things are all as they're meant to be, it's just going to be a lot easier. Okay? So I'm just going to leave it at that, and I hope that helps. Like I said, it's not a lot of information. I'm pushing for it. Trust me when I say I'm pushing for it, but Spirit's just like, not right now. The windows are shut. Sorry. They'll be ready to open up soon, though. A bit more patience, a bit longer. But like I said, spend the time, get out of that headspace, work on stepping into your power no matter what. You got this. Thanks, guys. See you next week.